morning. March 11th. Off to get coffee. And then continuation of the work from yesterday. Gonna head and pick up the rest of those grapes. And then we're heading down to Florida. So I arrived at the second pickup from yesterday's 3:10 pickup. Stop number 2. And as always, there's an issue. There's a serious lack of communication in this field. I mean, I guess there's too many players. There's the brokers, the drivers, the dispatchers, the employees, the loaders, the insurance brokers. I mean, I can go on and on. And so instead of getting me loaded, if they rush you to get here, and they say you have to be here at a certain time, and if you're not here, there's going to be a penalty, and it's very easy to give us a penalty. But 95% of the time, I'm early, and then they make you wait like 3 to 5 hours. And to get retention pay, you then have to go through the broker and argue with them. I'm pretty good at that, so that's what we're going to be doing now. If they're going to make me wait, they're going to pay. So, yeah. So let's relax. Currently, I'm almost in Washington, D.C. Driving through an I-95. And traffic is moving good. But it's time for lunch. I'm going to keep it simple. I have some homemade buckwheat. Never going to go wrong with that. Griechka, as we like to call it. And we have mackerel in tomato sauce. Keeping it simple, keeping it good, keeping it yummy. 20-minute break, and we drive on. Okay, so I'm currently in Maryland Travel Information Center, open for any journey. It's a nice little rest area right before we hit the DC traffic. Can't go wrong with this place. So, yeah. Now, since we're on our break, so-called break, after having, simple lunch, simpleton lunch, I'm now going to go and perform my second pre-trip of the day to make sure that everything is good and everyone can come along for the ride. Now, it's important to perform a pre-trip multiple times a day. By law, you're supposed to do it, every couple of hours or so. Especially in the mornings before you start your shift, you have to check everything, make sure everything's good. But I already did that, so this is my secondary inspection is usually just to make sure everything is inflated. All the parts that need to be spinning are spinning. There's nothing grinding, so let's give it a go. Alright, so I'll start with the steer tires. Lug nuts are nice and tight. Make sure that all the fuel caps are on to the driver's side fuel tank is on. Make sure that our brake lines and our electrical lines are nice and tight. Electrical is connects to 10% of all the seals on both ends, right? So they're called flat hands, and they basically just snap on, and it's done properly, so that the vehicle stop. This provides me with the lighting, so when I hit the brakes, basically. So basically sends a signal from here to here onto the trailer. Clearance lights and the identification lights on top and on the bottom. Temperature shows the temperature for my load. Right now we have it set at 45 degrees continuous. It's a diesel generator that pretty much produces hot air or cold air, whatever it is you want to set at. And always check for leaks. Just recently, I had diesel leak dripping straight down onto my drive shaft right over there. This whole area was covered by diesel. That could have been an interesting evening, but because I performed my pre-trips, I noticed it. So these tires really suck, and I look forward to returning this truck later on this week. So give the tires a kick, make sure they're inflated, check for any penetrations. Good. And under here, right, we make sure that our brake lights are solid, and our skid plate is there's no daylight between our skid plate and our fifth wheel. The fifth wheel is what the trailer slides on, so that's good. Landing gears we don't have to worry about. To make sure that the fuel cap is on the reefer unit, and we have fuel. All right, so this little black dinky here is pressed cardboard. It actually keeps me from flipping over in high winds. It's a really useful tool. Blinkers intact. Rear tires, rear trailer tires are good. Brake chambers are good. All the wiring is properly elevated off of the ground. These tires actually slide. They're on a track over here. It's called the tandem track. And this little lever right here pretty much controls it. And I can balance out my weight depending on how much I have. I can slide the tires forward or back. So right now they're in my most optimal position. Also, if you need to make really tight turns, you would slide them all the way up, and that will give you less off-track capabilities, so your trailer won't slide while turning. Everything looks good over here. Check the other side. And we're gonna check our rear door. The rear door is good. No complaints. We have our seal on it. You know, it's a simple seal, but it does the job. The tires on the other side are also look good. Everything looks good. So yeah, we just repeat everything for this side. This is really important. I've discovered multiple flats while doing my secondary inspection before hitting the road. I mean, it's important to make sure that you're safe, and also that you know, if something happens, you know, usually the state police will point their finger at the driver regardless. I mean, they'll instantly jump to a conclusion. So it's always important to perform a secondary check, you know. But yeah, so let's get at it. Now, the hardest thing about trucking is traffic. It's more difficult than backing up and anything else. It is the most riskiest time of the day, man. Whenever you're dealing with traffic, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Because you need a lot of room to stop. A lot. Right now, I am 43,500 pounds. So, if I slam on the brakes, it's not going to lock up the wheels. I mean, it's going to roll to a stop. Like, I got to keep a decent amount of distance. But you have these little four-wheelers that just think that I can stop on a dime, you know. That's not the case. So, always got to be mindful and ready for anything, you know. Keep speed to a minimum, and use your horn. You know, those are your tools. That's it. Just keep moving, keep trucking. Right, here comes the convoy, Washington, D.C., baby. The only way to go, the road's shut down. Check this out. Hundreds of trucks standing up for your rights. Wow, nice. Look at these. Nice. Check these out. What? Just keeps going and going. Three hours later. So I spent about 4.5 hours in Virginia traffic. Virginia traffic is something very unique. I mean, it's not like New York City traffic where you just stand still and you go from red light to red light. Over here is like open highway. I'm on I-95 southbound, and as soon as the truck starts up, you know, you get into 6th gear, you got to shut back down. And you know, it's a bunch of moving and jumping around, up and down, side to side. It takes a toll. It takes a toll. You know, as a trucker, you always want to keep moving. When you're moving, you know, you're making money. When you're standing still, you ain't getting paid. So it's in my interest to keep moving. You know, I can't maneuver on some local roads and go around. You know, go around the traffic and make a left, make a right. No. You know, there's certain, you know, interstates that I'm obligated to take. You know, I can't, you know, I can't avoid it. But, you know, it's just, all of this lost time adds up. It adds up. But you know, every week, you know, you have some good moments and bad moments. Traffic sucks. But when business is good, you're making a killing. You're constantly moving, which is why I like to go out west. The only reason I'm going down to Florida is because from Florida, I'm going to shoot west down to Dallas and pick up my my truck that broke down about a month ago. It was repaired about 2 weeks ago, but I was busy doing runs in Washington State. So I look forward to getting that back and getting back into a more positive state of mind with a decent running truck, you know. But another day is coming to an end pretty damn soon, so I'm looking forward to getting some sleep and waking up and repeat, you know. Keep trucking, keep trucking. Well, we're gonna call it a night here in South Carolina. I'm about to pull into a lot over here, which has a bunch of little shops around. So I'm about to hit up a restaurant called Faux Shore Bar and Grill. FOSHO Bar and Grill. So let's go see what they got.